Come on. All right, let's come on to our bolster. And roll down and take some deep breaths. And just feel your back settling into the bolster. And feel your chest opening with nice deep breaths as you reach your arms out. And keep reaching the arms out, and we're going to do some angel arms with the breath, up and down. And feel the lengthening of your spine. And we're going to do one more and hold the arms up over our head and lengthen each arm and clasp our hands over our head and feel that total lengthening of the whole spine. And then we're going to bring the arms down and let's put our hands on our low ribs and roll the shoulders down. And take a few slow breaths. And notice the exhale of what happens to the ribs. And the inhale is widening the ribs. It's kind of like a balloon. Feel the softening of the jaw. And then let's release the arms and we're going to roll over to the right side and start with our left shoulder circles. And feel how the shoulder is releasing a little bit more away from the ear and the back and the pectoral muscles. And start to make the circle even bigger as you bend the elbow and bring the arm all the way around. And let's do a couple more. And now we're going to hold the arm open and lengthen even more as we take a couple more slow breaths. And feel the stretch all the way down the left side. And let's bring the arm back around and we're going to bring our chest toward the bolster and take a few deep breaths here. And let's take 3 slow breaths. And we're going to walk our hands closer to us so we can press up and twist a little bit more to the right and breathe. And let's reach the left arm out so we could feel that deeper stretch. And then we're going to slowly come on over to the other side and do the whole thing starting with the right shoulder circles. And notice the difference between the other side and this side. And we're going to start to make the circle a little bit bigger. So we're unwinding the arm and the shoulder. And let's do one more. And then we're going to hold the arm open and lengthen and breathe. And one more breath. And let's bring the arm back around, and we're going to bring our chest on the bolster and take a few slow breaths. And 3 more breaths. And slowly walking our hands closer so we could press ourselves up. Twist more to the left and reach the right arm out and feel that lengthening. And let's come back around, and we're going to face the bolster. So we're straddling our bolster. And just hinge forward a little bit and hinge back. And as you do this, bringing the navel to the spine, so you could feel the movement and how the sits bones are pressing down. And just come back to the center and take a couple more breaths, lengthening the whole spine. Feeling the breath in the belly, the mid-chest and the upper chest. And then let's twist to the right. And then we're going to twist to the left. And then back to the center. Let's put our hands behind us, down on the mat, and inhale and lengthen upwards as we bring the elbows closer to each other. And then back to the center and just hinging forward, however far, just keeping it nice and comfortable, releasing the head and breathing into the spine. And we're going to take 3 more breaths. And then walking our hands closer, we're going to come on up, put our hands behind us, and do the same thing. As we inhale up, we're squeezing the shoulder blades together, lengthening the arms. And then we're going to come back to the center and put the bolster on our right leg and reach toward the foot, keeping the left hip down. And a couple more breaths. And then we're going to come on up and take a breath and just notice the difference between the right side and the left side. And let's move the bolster over to our left leg. We're going to do the same thing as we keep the right hip down and lengthen toward the left foot and breathe. And a couple more breaths. And then we're going to slowly come on up and now feel both sides. And let's take our bolster over to the right side because we're going to do a side stretch. So maybe it's on the right, or you don't need it at all, but we're going to bring our right arm down and left arm over and feel that support and breathe. We're going to see if we can roll the chest open. Take a few more breaths. You might have to adjust the bolster so you really feel that your right arm is pressing into the bolster. And let's take a few slow breaths. And then we're going to slowly come back up. And again, let's notice the difference between one side and the other. Feel that tall and long spine. And let's try it on the other side. It might be different. So we're going to put the bolster down, left arm down, right arm comes over in our side stretch. And we're going to see about rolling the chest open a little bit so the elbow comes higher toward the ceiling. And a couple more breaths. And then let's gently come back up. We're going to come back to the center and just feel. Take a couple of breaths here. Just notice the difference as you close your eyes and feel the breath. We're going to take our right ear toward the right shoulder. Another couple of breaths. And then slowly over to the other side, left ear toward the left shoulder. And then back to the center. And once again, as you come on up, we're going to put our hands behind us and inhale as we come up with the head looking up. So we're lengthening all the way through the arms, pressing the palms down. And then back to the center. And let's crisscross our legs. And we're going to put our bolster in front of us. So we could do this hinge forward and take a few breaths here. And let's take 5 more breaths. And last deep breath. And then using your hands, coming back up. Take a breath in the center and just notice your spine. Let's do another little twist to the right, extending the whole spine upwards. We're going to take the right arm up and bring it over toward the left leg. Maybe your bolster's still there. And take a few breaths. And then the last deep breath. And we're coming back up. And as you come up, supporting your body, bringing the navel to the spine. And let's try it on the other side. We're going to gently twist to the left. Take the left arm up. So we're opening up the side a little bit more and leaning toward the right leg and breathing. And last deep breath. And the same thing as we come back up, really bringing the navel to the spine. So our arm will come down. We're going to take a breath in the center and feel how long the spine is. Notice your breathing. And let's move into our back bend. So we're going to take our bolster and put it behind our hips and use the block for underneath, behind our head. And just notice the back bend. So we're settling into this pose. Make sure your throat is soft, so head is pressing into the block. And right away, notice the change in your body as you're breathing, softening all the way through the spine, and the chest is opening. Notice the softness in the facial muscles, the jaw, the tongue. And without looking at your hands, the palms of your hands, feel the palms of your hands. And notice how the energy is coming up through the fingers and the hands, all the way through the arms and into the chest as you breathe. And with each beautiful breath, feel the chest lengthening, and you're feeling that curve in the upper back as the bolster is supporting the chest and the mid-back. And let's take 5 slow breaths. And we're going to elongate the breath. And this elongation of the breath is a practice. And with our mind's eye, we're watching the breath as it comes in, pausing, and then release as it goes out. We're feeling the stretch and the lengthening of the arms. And the space between each breath. Now we're noticing the right side, the right chest, and the right arm. And then the left side and the left chest. Feeling that sameness of the embracing with the right side and the left side. Now we're going to start to bring the arms up over our head and out to the side, and just do a few. You can bend the arms so it's really the chest that's opening, just where it's comfortable, and try it again. And when you're ready, let's roll to our right side, keeping the bolster under there. And we're going to bring the left arm over the head. And just notice now, we've been working on this side opening with the ribs, and we're going to let that movement in the chest evolve and change. And slowing the breath down. And a few more breaths. And how about 3 slow breaths? And we're going to make our way over to the other side and do the same thing with the right arm coming over our head, and we're going to let that chest open as we breathe and soften. And following that inner movement, and 3 slow breaths. And easy does it. Let's bring our arm back around so we're just on our side and we can feel. And we're going to make our way up to a seated position. And let's just cross our legs, bringing our palms facing up, and feel. Feel this wave-like movement of your spine as the breath comes in and the breath goes out. Even the energy in the belly has shifted. And now let's move the bolster out of the way because we're going to come down on our back and we're going to bring our feet down to the mat and feel a neutral spine. And notice the toes as you get down there. Kind of lift and spread the toes and then put them back down. And then let's try that with the heels. We're lifting the heels up, stretching the feet, and putting the heels down. Navel coming to the spine for some pelvic tilts. And again, noticing that wave-like movement and the shape of the spine as you press the low back down and release. The whole time keeping the pelvic floor nice and firm. So there's evenness on the left side and the right side. And when you're ready, your back is ready, let's start to roll the hips up even higher and roll them back down. And we're doing this slowly so we could feel the shape of our low back. And each time coming up a little bit higher, bringing the navel to the spine the whole time. And let's do a couple more. And we're going to do one more time, and let's hold the hips up. And we're going to see if we can walk our shoulder blades closer together and breathe all the way into the belly and the mid-chest and the upper chest. Let's slide the bolster or your block underneath the back. So now we're going to rest the low back and allow everything just to release after all the tightening inward. Notice the release of energy in the belly and the pelvic floor. So all the circulation of energy is happening in the solar plexus region. Notice your slow inhale and slow exhale. The chin is slightly tucked. And you can hear the breath, especially that whispering exhale. So we're opening up the whole front side of our body. And feel it like a big sun, bringing in energy and vitality. Now we're going to bring the right knee up toward the chest, take the legs straight up, and extend through the heel, lengthening the leg, and then putting the foot down. And we're going to go slowly, feeling each side supported. And that same slow breath. And noticing gravity. So as you bring the leg down, extending through the heel, you're slowing it down. And then putting the foot down. We're going to do a few more. And enjoying this movement, the lengthening of each leg. One more to each leg. And really noticing, feeling the whole leg as you're bringing it down. Now let's bring both knees up and we're going to extend the legs straight up and point and flex our feet. Feeling that soft breath coming in and out. And we're going to make some circles with the feet. And then in the opposite direction. And just notice the legs, softening the legs. Eyes can be closed or open softly, either way. Feeling the weight of the legs as the legs are pressing into the hips. And the belly is opening with each breath. And let's take a few more slow breaths, staying with the focus of each breath. And we're going to take 3 more breaths. And as you're breathing with your mind's eye, feeling your whole body, noticing this beautiful vehicle that we're in, and giving thanks for our heartbeats and our breath. And maybe you could feel the pause between the breath. That space where we are all the time. And then let's bring our feet back down to the mat. Notice how the circulation comes back into the lower legs and feet. And we're going to use our hands to press the bolster away from us. So it's going to go underneath the back of our legs. And let's just relax the legs here for a few more breaths. And feel the calmness and gentleness all over our body. And the breath is even slower now. And let's take 2 more slow breaths. And we're going to reach our arms over our head, again stretching and lengthening. And then we're going to roll over to our side for a few breaths. And using our hands, let's press ourselves up, and we're going to sit cross-legged on our bolster or your block. And just notice the palms are facing upwards. Feel the lengthening of the whole spine. And notice that same breath as it slowly comes in and slowly goes out. And we're going to bring our hands together to our heart and take a few more breaths and feel the difference with the palms together. That stabilization when we bring our hands to our heart. Bringing the sun and the moon together, the male and the female. And it reminds us to stay right here with our breath. And as we breathe in, we're breathing in this energy and vitality and allowing it to circulate throughout our body as we wish ourselves good health and harmony. We're wishing peace for our homes, our families, and communities. And wishing peace for our brothers and sisters everywhere, all over the world. And notice how the breath is helping the hands stay together, feeling that connection, that circuit of breath and energy. Let's take a deep inhale and exhale, sigh. One more time. Namaste. Thank you, you too, for coming today.
Wonderful, wonderful, Marianne. Thank you.
It was wonderful to see you both.
Yes.
Bye.
Have a good
Thank you.
day.
Bye.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.